What's going on, guys and gals? My name is Neko Fluttershy, and welcome to a live stream. And you might be wondering, why is this live stream titled That Damn Fluttershy? Well, that was fast! Holy shit! Somebody to someone, hey, what's up? That is like the fastest anybody's ever showed up for a live stream. Oh my god. Thank you for being fast, actually. But you might be wondering, two people. Okay, I'm going high. I'm high right now, aren't I? This is a dream, right? No, I'm just fucking around. No, not right now. I will do it tomorrow if everything goes according to plan. Because, well, either tomorrow or Friday. I'm thinking about doing Fortnite either tomorrow or Friday. But I think this live stream is just going to be a very chill one and just do whatever it is that I do. Damn. I assume you've been waiting. Nah, I'm just fucking around. But in all seriousness, welcome to a live stream, guys and gals. It's going to be a good one. Maybe. So this game is basically, it's a game called Clicker Heroes. Now, this game is... Okay, so if you've ever gone on Steam, right, and you downloaded a game called Ragnarok Clicker, it's the exact same game, except on PS4. I don't know if this is on Xbox or not. I know it's on PS4 because, well, I'm playing it right now. Or if it's on PC. This would be great on PC because we've already got a Clicker Heroes style game on on PC titled yeah, you get the idea. Actually, and I just ascended, by the way, earlier today. Oh, nice, that's cool. So now I know if I ever get an Xbox One, I can play this game on here. Jeez. Ability activate! Fluttershy fur! What? Yeah, Fluttershy's going crazy. But anyways, guys and gals, so, damn, I'm not even giving these enemies a chance to spawn in, holy shit. But anyways, speaking of Fluttershy, some of you might be wondering, why did you title this live stream about Fluttershy, you know, that damn Fluttershy? Well, my beautiful audience, I have no idea. I actually just decided, hey, I would do a live stream. I didn't have any actual reason to call it whatever I wanted to call it, you know. Because sometimes coming up with titles for live streams or titles in general for videos can be a pain in the ass. Because you have to think, oh, this happened, or you already made the video and you're just uploading it, or editing it and then uploading it. But for a live stream, anything, and I get it, I could probably change it later on, but I don't really want to go through that hassle, and I just want to fucking just do a live stream, you know, just do a chill live stream. Yeah. So, how is everyone doing this fine, was it Wednesday? It's either a Wednesday or Thursday, I have no fucking idea what day it is, all days run together. It's 10:58 p.m. at the time of this live stream, so there's that. And yeah, so yeah, I'm just doing things here that I don't know what I am doing. More power! More power! Come on, come on. Yeah, give him a good old But yeah, here in Ohio, it's dark outside. Like, very dark. I cannot see hardly anything outside. I have my light on in my room. I actually prefer to play video games with the light off, especially like horror games like Resident Evil or something like that. But with that being said, there are times I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll play some video games with the light on. I don't really care. But that's more so because I don't know. I guess I kind of got used to the light in a way. So yeah. But this is basically it. This character right here, Sid the Helpful Adventurer. Basically, this character will increase your clicking power every single time you press a button. And you see what happens with the enemy, right? Okay, let me just get some sound in here. And this is why I have the sound turned... Pipe down. That's why I have the sound turned off, mostly. Yeah, you can hear that every fucking time you click something. As it's called, Clicker Heroes. And it's the same thing with Ragnarok Clicker. Although, I do have to give that game some credit. That game, Ragnarok Clicker, that game at least has a soundtrack. Sure, it's basically... most of the games, most of the soundtrack is from previous Ragnarok games that they did and they made, but there is still a soundtrack. Here, there's basically only one song, so I can get to it here. This is it. This is it. Yeah, this is the only song that actually plays throughout this game right here. Yeah, that's the only song that plays, so, it's a good song. It's a good, adventuring kind of song, as it should be for a game called, Clicker Heroes and anything like that. But, seeing this game is, again, very identical to, Ragnarok Clicker. And I kind of prefer that game simply because, well, first off, it's got more of a soundtrack to it. The music is cool. And also, when I said that that's the entire... That's the song that plays throughout the entire game, I'm not lying. I'm not kidding either. So, let's go back. I'm on like 35 in darkness. this never changes. Yeah. So like I said, that's something else. But anyways, going back to the whole Fluttershy thing, yeah, I only called it that because, I don't know, because I can. I can title things however I want. It's my live streams. But yeah, another thing I'd like to mention is I will at some point be doing a lot more live streams on other games. I have not done a live stream on this game since I was doing a test video, which I think was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? I can't remember. And all the days run together. Everything runs. I can't tell certain days apart from each other because I don't have a job. I don't have any way to maintain balance with the time. And so I'm just like, oh, okay, so it's a Tuesday. No, it's a Wednesday. Actually, no, it's fucking Thursday. Like, it's like all days run together. I don't know what day anything is anymore. And I've got important things coming up in the future, so I don't want to miss that. So, yeah. And also, some of you guys and gals are probably wondering, like, oh, what's so important if you don't have a job? Well, I actually have court in a few days, I think, so at like 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. Yeah. You have to wake up at the fucking, basically ass crack of dawn. Except, it's a little bit later than that, I mean, come on. But we have to leave basically no later than like 7:20, 7:25. Gotta be there like 30 minutes early. It's a pain in the ass. Okay, it's. I'm gonna be really tired that day. I can already tell. Like, I'm tired anyways. It's like no matter what I'm doing, I'm always tired. Watching Bakugan, and I mean actual Bakugan, not Bakugan Battle Planet. It's okay, but I would much rather, I would much rather watch, I'd much rather watch the original. That's what I've been doing. I'm already watching the first season, which is the Vestroya era, and next up will be the new Vestroya series. And if I can find them all, Gundalian Invaders. I'm not looking forward to Titanium Surge though. I mean, it's not a bad version of Bakugan. It's just different. Like, you know how certain shows or anything in general, like video games or whatever, the sequels are not, most of the time they're not nearly as good as the original. Well, the sequel of the sequel, pretty much. There's like 4 different seasons. Which I call it Bakugan Battle Brothers Vestroya as the first season. New Vestroya is the second one. Gundalian Invaders is the third one. And Titanium Surge is the fourth. I kind of thought Gundalian Invaders was meh. It was okay. And then with Titanium Surge, I mean, that was also okay, but not as okay as Gundalian Invaders. It's fucking weird. Yeah, I know. But I still have no idea what I'm doing with my life. So yeah, I've just been kind of busy planning things for like future live streams and then doing other things and yeah. So also, here's what happens when you go to 200. It actually increases your amount by a lot more than like if you were to do it by 100. Okay, so 175, right? I click it one more time. It may not look like much, but it's actually better than something else. And then You know, same thing here. And also this yellow, this golden-ish yellow one right here, that basically means uh, it's stronger than the rest. Like here is a normal tier character, and then here's one that has been, I guess, blessed by some. I forgot what the reasoning is. Oh, wait, hold on. Random gilded. Basically, this will make the characters, I guess, more cool, more badass. Um, yeah, but also since I ascended at the right time, I also have mercenaries that I can hire, and this is another reason. Um, so yeah, and I can do this all day, and I can do that, do this, do that, whatever. Um, I'm just going around in circles. Haha. I'm just fucking around. But no, serious though, nah, I can't even speak. Um, let's pay attention to what I am doing, because if I don't, yeah, yeah. All right. Come on. And that treasure chest really helps me out quite a little bit. Mew 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 mew. I don't know why I'm mewing so much. But these every 5 levels, there's a time limit. You have to beat this boss in a time limit, right? If you don't, their health resets. And I'm just gonna show you basically what happens when this happens. Because I'm definitely not going to. Hey! Tootsie Forever! Wait, was it the, Pony Life one? Because that's his most recent one. And it's alright, by the way. It's like, you know, it happens. You know, I actually have done that before. It's like I watch a certain YouTuber, and 10 seconds later, oh, fuck. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. And also, there was a time I accidentally pressed the circle button. Like, I don't even see what I'm doing a lot of times on the PlayStation controller. Sometimes it would be the PS3, PS4. Ah, yes. Brony problems. That's fucking awesome. I love the Brony problem. I actually go back sometimes and watch his Brony problem things. Yeah, the Ponytown one. That's a good one. That's actually not a bad game overall. I would actually play that quite a bit. Um, although I kind of prefer somewhat Legends of Equestria, I suppose. Alright. What do I want to press? Who do I want to increase? But yeah, after a while with this game, um, you know, with this game, there's only so much you can do before you have to, you know, leave this game. You might be wondering, oh, what happens when you leave this game? I mean, first off, this game automatically saves. It basically doesn't auto-save, which is good. But secondly, even if it doesn't do that, while it's on this PS4, and it's the same thing with, you know, if this save data is on on this PS4, I can turn this PS4 off. I could leave this thing for a few days and not come back to it till like next week, and then basically a whole week's worth of coin will be mine. Also, this thing right here, L3 plus square, that thing will give you a lot more coin. Scorpion wins. Fatality. Flawless victory. And... bam, bam, bam. Mew. Oh yeah. That's always fun when that happens. I actually had that happen before with my tablets, back when I still had them. Here's the thing. With the tablets, it's like one time I had it. I was playing. I was either playing Walking Dead: Road to Survival, or I was playing the My Little Pony game by Gameloft. One of those two. I was playing something, and then I didn't want to have it charged all the time, and so it's just like, oh, okay, so I'll just do this. I'll just pick it up. I accidentally, I was using my thumb or my forefinger, whichever one, to move through it. I accidentally, lost balance of the thing, and then I fell on my face, and I'm like, god damn it. And of course it was hot, too. It was really hot, because it had been on for a while, playing that game. And it's like, well, shit. Son of a bitch. It's hot. Which mostly when it gets hot, the performance, at least what I've experienced, doesn't seem to go very well. For example, I can be playing certain video games right now, and the hotter certain things are, especially phones and computers, the worse the performance is, because it's fighting. It's like, oh, it's really hot. I should probably, lower the performance and try to do whatever. But yeah. So, there is that. L3 plus circle. Bam bam ba-doo 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 doon deen ba-doo 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 doon deen ba-doo 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 doon deen ba-doo 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 boom bam ba-doo ba-doo. Doom 2016. And I should probably play that again later on. If I don't do a Fortnite Friday video, I'll probably do some Doom. I'll probably do some Doom later tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. But let's get right into the news. And I'm just fucking around. This is not Keemstar. Okay, here's actually a thing I kind of think. This may or may not be true, but this is just my personal opinion on the whole damn thing. I personally think Keemstar and Drama Alerts are the main cause of problems in this world. And especially in the internet, because it's like, oh, Shane Dawson did this, PewDiePie said this or did that, whatever. Oh, let's fucking, let's report on it. And then everybody and their cat is just following that, and it's like, oh, PewDiePie's a bad man, oh, Shane Dawson's this and that. It's just a whole bunch of drama that I don't think this internet needs. And I get it, people love drama. And to be honest, depending on what the drama is, I kind of enjoy it too. However, when it's something, I personally think people like Keemstar and, those kind of drama channels, especially Keemstar, cause a lot of the internet's problems when it comes to drama. And it's just like, can you fucking stop, okay? Because you know what's gonna happen when people report on these things. Bad enough that their audience, let's say PewDiePie did something wrong or whatever, his audience will be split. Some of his audience will leave and be like, oh, he said this and did this, I don't support him anymore. So there's that. And then there are people that are going to actually fight alongside him and be like, no, he didn't mean it that way or whatever. And then you got people like Keemstar, who's, they hardly ever say And if they, I haven't really watched Keemstar in a while, but I'm, last time I checked, he didn't tell his audience, oh, this doesn't mean that, you should harass them or target them or whatever. And even if he did say those things every time he does Drama Alert, you know these people are going to harass and target the people involved. Oh, I'm not supposed to attack PewDiePie? Oh, well, I'm going to attack him anyway because fuck you. This is the internet. I'm anonymous. I can do what I want and say what I want and not get in trouble. Like, what's the worst that can happen? My account gets banned? I'll create a new one. People on the internet, they have become vicious. Okay? It's like, also, not just with like YouTube drama with like Shane Dawson and other people. Like cancel culture as well is a big part of things. Like everybody's trying to cancel everybody else. There's no real reason why. They just want to cancel them. Now some of the things people should be canceled because they've said and done things that should, result in cancellation. Like, a lot of people would say Shane Dawson deserves it. In a way, I kind of understand. But in a way, I think we need to, cancel drama channels because they are the ones that not only do they report on certain issues like this, but I think they are most of the reason for drama on the internet because they report on it, and it feels like every single person has to pick a side. And if you're on no one's side, if you're like, oh, well, while it is true that Shane Dawson did say and do this, that was all in the past. That doesn't make it acceptable, but at the same time, we shouldn't really be criticizing or harassing people for things they did when they were like, 10 or 12 or basically when they were younger. Everybody does stupid things, everybody does this and that. If you are one of those people, you're fucking awesome. But not to the drama community. Basically, in that side of things, you have to pick a side. You either defend the person and be like, oh, I completely support what he did. I condone this and that, and, it's the past, whatever. Or you flat out attack these people and be like, oh, no, he should be canceled. He doesn't deserve to live, this and that. And it's like, come on, people. I get it. Shane Dawson can be stupid sometimes. Logan Paul can be stupid. Jake Paul can be stupid. Anybody that has a celebrity status like that, you don't expect them to be fucking angels 24/7. You don't expect them to, all the time do the right thing. People slip up. People make mistakes, okay? And that doesn't mean that they either said or did things, and they meant it. Like, for example, when PewDiePie said the N-word while doing a live stream that one time. Yeah, I don't really get it either. But, in a way, a part of me is kind of glad that he is, that he's banned, but a part of me isn't. It's like, okay, so there was a whole drama between him and Tootsie, right? He did a couple videos on that, and in a way, I feel like he was trying to attack this may not have been the case at all, but I feel like he was trying to target the, brony community and the My Little Pony community as a whole because, oh, grown men are watching a show for little girls and this is exactly what they are doing in the fandom. They're posting cringe to doing this and that. And that's what led to, Tootsie getting harassed and all that good shit. Some good did come from it. But the majority of that time, he was going through a lot of shit. Harassments, death threats, people saying the same thing over and over again, getting his Twitter basically attacked, getting, almost getting his money, and a whole bunch of other things. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like some of the things I kind of agree with. It's like, oh, yeah, I do kind of consider that harassment or bullying. It may not be the case, that I'm not saying that he's flat out bullying or harassment. I'm just saying what I personally think, in my opinion. It could be that he's totally fine. He's probably a cool person. And it could be it's just the content that he does, and he doesn't actually think that way in reality. You know how some people are. For example, Cinemasker, especially on the angry video game nerd side. James Rolfe. He doesn't actually hate the majority of the games he plays on the angry video game nerd. It's just a character that he portrays, and that is just his thing. Yeah, they're not like that in reality. However, you know, sometimes you gotta wonder, like, why would you do some of this? If you know your audience is going to harass people, and it's, like the time with Leafy and Tootsie, like I mentioned before, it's like, why would you actually make that? Why would you, edit that video? How could you edit that video and upload it, knowing damn well that your audience will go and harass these people? It's not right to actually harass them. You may not be the one that's full out harassing them, but your audience is. And if I was in that situation where my audience was harassing someone, because of a video I made, I would probably be like, hey, I know this video that I made was about this person or this subject, but it doesn't mean that you get to go out and harass these people. These people have lives just like me and you. These people, they're trying their best to stay alive. They have things that they do, and they're basically just like us. And there's no need for them to be harassed just because of a video. And like, okay, if someone made a video like what he did with Tootsie and all that, I would think it'd be kind of hilarious. Be like, oh, yes, that is some very good videos that you posted about me. Oh boy. But with that being said, I think there are times where, I think Leafy went over the line. Like I mentioned before, the whole brony thing. Hey, what's up, DJ? Hadn't seen you in a little bit, because I've been busy doing other things. I like Leafy is here and found his content entertaining, but I never went out of my way to bully harass them. Yeah, like, I haven't really watched a whole bunch of Leafy. Like, I've only watched, let's see, my entire life I've watched probably 2 or 3 videos of his. One being anything that has to do with My Little Pony, because I wanted to see what his thoughts were on the bronies and all that. I think there may have been something with furries. I'm not real sure. I don't know exactly what all he posted, but I kind of agree. Like, some of his content is kind of entertaining, or was. But in a way, I kind of think, also in this day and age, that's a bad move. Think about it. If you're doing something like what Leafy is doing, and, targeting certain people just for entertainment purposes, like, oh, here's the brony fandom. Oh, here is the furry fandom. Oh, here is the Neko Fluttershy fandom, or something like that. He would never do something like that, because I'm a nobody. I have, like, nothing compared to him. But, That doesn't mean that's impossible. You know, he could, in theory, do something on me at some point. But, oh yeah, that's another one I watched. Um, oh boy, that was an interesting one. But, yeah, you know, in this day and age, you know, that kind of content is. Oh, not right now, DJ. I'm kind of in the middle of something right now. I'm kind of live streaming. I'll probably do it after a live stream. Um, but yeah. So, anyways, there was, yeah, like I said, in this day and age, that's probably either the most riskiest move or the dumbest move, because nowadays in the year 2020, everybody, even before 2020, everybody seems to get offended over literally everything. Oh, you hate the Brony fandom? Oh, you talk even the slightest amount of shit about the fandom? Oh, that is so fucking it. That's it. I'm going to get your channel banned. I'm going to write a strongly worded fucking email to, you know, Susan, what the fuck? I'm going to call her fucking Susan Wozniak because I don't fucking care. I forgot how to pronounce her last name. I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to Susan and the YouTube staff as a whole and get your channel taken down because this and that. Now, you know, I agree that some of these could, in theory, be a joke. You know, they could be just for, you know, comedy, just because. Oh, yeah, Wojcicki. Yeah. But, yeah. So, yeah. But I tell you, this game, you know, it's basically the same thing. You don't really do much of anything. If you want to do something, just mash the fucking square button. That's all you do. Mash that square button, kids. If there are any kids watching, go fuck yourselves. But yeah. But it's, in all seriousness, though, I personally think, you know, not only is it a risky slash stupid move to make a channel like what, you know, Pyrocynical or what Leafy does. Somehow Pyrocynical is still, last I heard, wait, is he still doing stuff? I can't remember. But, you know, like those kind of channels, I think if they were to create content in this day and age, I think they probably get shut down pretty quickly because there are so many people and, you know, so many fandoms that may take offense to what people are saying and doing. Oh yeah, so I was watching something or other. Okay, so I was watching something, Brony Cringe. Now, here's the thing: if I see something based on like My Little Pony that someone does, that isn't about a particular person, but rather the subject of cringe as a whole. Like, he was doing a video where this kid was apparently talking to Rarity on his father's phone using edited clips of Rarity from the show. I have seen better use of editing of clips in general. But even so, you know, I would say that I kind of laughed at that. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely cringe. And as a brony, I didn't take offense to that at all. And also, even if I wasn't just a brony, but like a My Little Pony fan in general, you know, like I am, I actually kind of found it entertaining. I didn't take any offense to it at all. I was like, oh, this is pretty bad. But then again, also you also have to take into account that this was around the time the fandom was somewhat, yeah, Yeah, that's another one. But alongside with that, you know, I mean, I think around that time was when the fandom started to explode. Like 2012, 2013, around that time when that particular video was made. But it's still true though. You know, it's like, oh, so this happened, that happened. What the fuck are you talking about with Rarity? God damn it, kid. Can you pipe down? Even I'm not that insane. I'm only mostly insane. um, but yeah, I just think that if you do something like this in the year 2020, you're probably going to go down. I mean, if you start a new channel, that is. If you have been established several years ago. Wait, actually, that doesn't make any sense. Why is Leafy banned? Yet other people like Pyrocynical are still doing stuff. Like, how is he still doing things and not? Because he kind of does the same things. Like, not the same topics, but like the same general idea. You know, the whole thing. And I have heard some things about some of the Pyrocynical people attacking others. I'm just like, well, shit. That's pretty bad. Um, it's really bad when your audience attacks a certain person, unless you're like really cool with them. However, I mean, there are times I'm just like, well, I mean, that video was kind of cringe. But even so, like, there's no reason to actually harass anybody over anything. You know, and actually kind of going back, I had something very similar to that happen to me. But it's, as far as I know, pretty cool right now. You know, we're not, as far as I know, at each other's throats anymore. I'm done with any and all drama that has been with me and this guy. So there's this guy. He was known as Jared Horn. Shout out to you, by the way. Um, yeah, it's like I watch something based on furries or you know, My Little Pony or just anything in general that I watch I find interesting based on them, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Oh yeah, that is cringe. That is whatever. Oh well. Actually, um, I actually watched. I only found out about that whole drama between Leafy and Tootsie while watching Tootsie. And then I watched the Leafy video before his channel got taken down on that, and then, yeah. I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of cringe. But also, if you take into consideration that this was some of his, you know, Tootsie's earlier videos, he's a lot more kind of, I guess you could say, kind of chill right now. He's not as crazy, you know, as he is. He still is kind of insane to an extent, but he's not flat out, you know, what he was at the beginning. However, if he was to stay that way, I wouldn't really care. You know, I'd still watch him anyway. But anyways, so after the whole, okay, actually, yeah, continuing on with the story, I had something similar happen to me. Um, with a guy called Jared Horn. Now, me and him, as far as I know, we're fine now. And even if we weren't, I don't care anymore. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm done fighting. I'm done fucking around. I'm done with all this, you know. So even if we're not cool, I don't care. You know, I just stopped caring a while ago. Um, but so me and him had some sort of drama. Apparently, the original story was that he went and saw one of his friends that was, and then one of his friends was one of my friends on Facebook, and then, you know, saw how cringy some of my posts were. And yes, my posts on Facebook are cringe. Thank you for noticing. But I take pride in my cringe that I post on, you know, Facebook. But anyways, so he decided he would basically try to catfish me and all that good shit. And long story short, it ended up into something that I didn't really want at the beginning. You know, it turned out to be some sort of, I guess you could say, it would, for lack of a better word, drama. You know, we were going at it, and it's like, oh no, 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 I didn't say this, I didn't do that, no, 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 you know, and yeah, and looking back, these dramas, you know, the drama between me and him was stupid. There was no reason why I should have fought him over, you know, things like that from the beginning. You know, I fucking, you know, I despise getting catfished. I think, you know, anybody that gets catfished, I feel bad for you guys and gals that either have been or are getting catfished right now. Because there are some people that don't even know that they are, but until it's too late. But anyways, so I feel bad for all you guys and gals out there that are dealing with catfishing, because I have had to deal with that before from this guy. But anyways, so like I said, there's a whole drama between me and him. He made a video, and then I made a video in response to that, and then he made another video. I'm just, yeah. Long story short, after he made that video, I was basically done. You know, it's alright, it's not your fault. You know, it happens. You know, sometimes there are people out there that will start drama, or that will, you know, continue on with drama and just basically try to get you involved and all that good shit. I don't really blame him, you know, for that, because you know, my posts that I made on Facebook were cringe. The videos that I made back then on YouTube, and still somewhat kind of do to this day, are cringe. Although some of the videos that I make now are more, and also live streams that I've made for the past week or two. Basically, ever since I got my PS4, I guess you could say the production quality has increased, because I'm uploading in, like, at the very least 360p sometimes, and then I go on to 720. So I guess there's that. But with that being said, you know, it's alright. It's not your fault that, you know, these things happen. And, you know, these sort of things happen. You know, I'm not exactly, like the cleanest guy when it comes to, like, you know, drama. It's like, if someone talks shit about me, sometimes I go and I get a little too possessive, and I get a little too whatever, and it's like, oh, looking back, I shouldn't have done any of those things that, you know, I did. And a part of me is like, oh, maybe I should take that video down, but at the same time, I kind of have a little bit of pride in the views, like the number of viewers that I have on that video. Like, if a video does well, I don't care how bad it is, I'm keeping it on the channel because of the numbers. You know, because, oh, this video did pretty well. It got like 100 views or so. I don't remember how much I have now, but you get the idea. And for a while, I kind of pissed him off. You know, I was like, oh, hey, guess what? It's Jared Home instead of Horton. I called him Home. Because actually the R and the N, like, if you're not looking close enough, there are times that the R and N in his name looked a lot like an M. So I called him Jared Home instead. It was pretty fucking hilarious, actually, on my end. At least I thought it was. But anyways, you know, so later on, like, fast forward to, like, maybe a week ago or something, I was doing a live stream of, like, Doom, like, or Fluttershy plays Doom or something like that, 2016. And he showed up, and long story short, as far as I know, we're cool. Like, all that shit that happened a couple of years ago is basically water under the bridge. It happened, it's over, and if it's still continuing, I don't care. Also, in addition, if there's anybody out there that wants to talk shit about me, I don't care. Talk about all the shit you want. Start rumors. I don't care. Because only my true audience members, my true subscribers and fans and stuff. Well, yes, when I was younger, I have done stupid things. For example, I have, in a way, like, been a little offensive and all that. Um, I'm not that way now. So just remember that. And if I did do some of these things, I will admit to them. I will own up to it. I will be like, yes, I did these things. 100%. Um, but there's a song in the one of the Equestria Girls series called "My Past Is Not Today," and that is true. You know, the person I was yesterday is not the same person I am today. You know, it's like some of the things I have said and done. You know, that was the old me. The new me will fight for injustice. The new me would, you know, protect people that need it, they need protection, and etc. etc. And the older me would have started a whole bunch of fights with other people for no reason. Yeah. So, I'm not the most perfect person, but I am human. Well, not really human. I'm a neko. So I'm like a cat human. I meow a lot. I mew a lot. I do a bunch of cat things. I mew 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 mew. That's right. I mew a lot. Um, but even so, like, no one's perfect. We've all done things we regret. We've all said things we regret, and we've all, experienced things that we kind of regret as well. Like, looking back, to anybody I may or may not have offended throughout the years and that I have heard throughout the years, I'm sorry. I apologize to anybody who may or may not have been hurt by me in the things I've done and said to them, a while ago. But just remember that I have changed. I'm a different person now, and I am not who I was the other day, all those years ago. And in addition, I can actually blame some of this on, my, I guess you could say, mental state. Um, like, I have what I guess some of you would say problems. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I'm just gonna lay it all down, and no more skeletons in the closet, no more secrets, and because I'm going to, while I can, and it's probably been a little too late for that, but fuck it, better late than never in some cases. So, I mean, yes, I have said and done things I regret doing and saying. I have started fights with people. I have done this. I have done that. I have basically just been a complete asshole to certain people throughout the years. Now, sometimes just because they started it, it's like, oh, I'm only an asshole to you because you were an asshole to me first. You struck first, and I'm just going along with what you are and what you said, basically. Um, but even so, there are times that that's not really enough. And sure, there are times that I can't exactly handle criticism. But there are times that I do believe that some of the comments I got throughout the course of my channel were not, or throughout the years of me being on YouTube from like 2012 to now. A lot of times I don't really think they're criticisms, to try to help me, or just criticisms in general. I think they're just trying to be assholes and be like, oh, your channel sucks, do this and do that. They're just trying to be assholes. And there are times I can't exactly tell the difference, so, yeah. Just remember that, and, yeah. And sure, I have done a whole bunch of things that I regret doing throughout the years. I have fought people, like, not full on punching them in the face or anything like that, but like, I started, arguments with people started arguments with me, and that escalated, and yeah, so some of the videos that are about me are somewhat justified, but at the same time, not really. Like, some of the things, yes, I have done and said. But, when something happens that damn well was not me, why are you trying to fight me? Because I've had multiple people try to tell me things that they don't know anything about. For example, my so-called father, Brian, he decided to hack my account and then start talking shit about someone and end up getting me jumped. Basically got me stabbed one time while I was walking to the library. And yeah. And people don't actually believe me when I said, oh, my account got hacked. I didn't say that, I didn't do that, I would never say those things, I would never do those things. And also, I have actual evidence that suggests that it wasn't me. In addition, aside from that, I have evidence that he is a horrible person. Because what Brian ended up doing to me several years ago, basically from the time I was born to the age of 5.5, he abused me. He beat the shit out of me. He, basically punched me, kicked me, threw me down the stairs, did all that shit, tried to kill me, basically. But it gets worse. When I was 2, he started raping me. He stuck his dick in me and did all these horrible things that nobody should ever do to anybody, but especially a father should never do to his son or daughter. Should never do that. So when I was 2, 3, 4, and 5, and probably 5.5 as well, I got raped by, my father Brian. And yeah. So in addition of being abused and, neglected and basically being treated like shit for, like, until I was 5.5, where I finally moved here, and I've lived here ever since. But it's alright, man, or woman. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that these things happen. I was just basically, speaking it like it is. And as you can see why I said my so-called father, I'm using air quotes here because he's not my father anymore. He never really was, to be quite honest. A real father would never do those things. And yes, we are related by blood. However, he's not my father. Never has been, never will be. Because a real father, a real man even, would never do those things to anybody, especially a child. And, after he raped me and abused me, he basically threatened to kill me a bunch of times. He's like, if you tell anybody that I did this to you, I will slit your throat. And he was the kind of guy that would do it. And what's more is he's a fucking psychopath. He may not act like it now, but he actually is. because, on the way to preschool one time, during the very rare times that he did take me there because he was too busy getting drunk or, smoking and shit like that, um, during that, some of those rare times he would actually take me to preschool back in the day, I actually saw him literally kill a puppy and a kitten. He literally fucking stabbed a dog and a cat to death. He killed them. And then he buried them. So nobody ever knows that he actually did that. And then he also told the same thing to me. He said, if you tell anybody about what you just saw, you will end up exactly just like that dog and cat that I just killed. So, I mean, yeah. And then, he tried to drown me once. He tried to strangle me once. He tried to basically kill me. And there was a time where my mother, Amy, she was at work, right? Worked at Target. Not like that matters, but, she was working at Target. And, he was about to kill me. He had a knife close to my neck. Like, very close. He was about ready to slit for no reason at all. I wasn't doing anything wrong. And, he was about ready to slit it. And then Amy came through the door, back from work. So I was actually saved by her because if she came home after he killed me, yeah. But basically I was saved at that point. And nobody really knows or knew that all these things were happening because of all the threats that he told me. And I knew that he was going to do those things because he has fucking done some of those things before. And he told me that, and he's the kind of person that would. And so basically it's like, and that's why we actually moved here, was because of him. Because Brian did all these things. And in addition, ever since I moved here, things haven't really been, how you say, peachy. See, I had well, aside from all that PTSD that I had, and still kind of do, I did, I guess, a little bit okay at school until I was in special ed and all that. And, actually, looking back, and even at the time, I kind of felt stupid. Like, being in special ed classes, this is not, if you're in special ed now, that's fine, that's cool. If you like it, you like it, that's cool, that's fine. I'm not mocking anybody that's in there, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. However, in my case, I felt like being in those classes slowed me down, in a way. I felt like I was meant to do something better. However, based on the PTSD and the fact that, the problems that had happened before, I couldn't really be in a class of like 20, 30 other students. Like in a normal classroom, I had to be in a smaller one. But even that was pretty bad because one of the teachers ended up scratching me for no reason. So, yeah. Basically, the whole group of us, we went to the bathroom, right, at school. And there's a lot of us that were walking out at the same time because it was ready to, I think it was recess or something. I forgot exactly what it was. But, we were about to do something. I walked out of the bathroom, and the teacher, she fucking grabbed me by the arm, which first off, she should never have done in the first place. But she actually slashed my arm because of where, from where she grabbed me. Her nails were fucking sharp, not like Freddy Krueger knives, which if that was the case, that would have been even worse, okay? But she still grabbed me, right? And she, yeah, left a mark, basically. Yeah. Let's just say that she was not meant to be a teacher. And I don't think anybody really is nowadays. Like, I don't really think anybody, especially during this pandemic, but even, like, attitude-wise, I have seen enough teachers that don't care about the students. Like, for example, one time we were going out, I was like in either 7th or 8th grade, I was in one of those two. We were ready to go out, go outside. It wasn't that cold out, so some of us were not wearing our coats. It wasn't like fucking 15 degrees outside. It's like maybe 50 or something like that outside. It wasn't that cold. And one of the teachers ended up walking past all us, you know, getting ready to lead the pack, I guess you could say. And she said, and I quote, "Man, you kids are fucking stupid." Well, they shouldn't really say fucking, but you get the idea that what she was trying to say, that was the implication that she was trying to get across. She said, and I quote, "Man, you kids are stupid. I don't care if you get pneumonia and die." Or, yeah. So basically, there's a teacher that didn't care if we died. Yeah. I think she ended up dying a year or two later. So, haha, karma, bitch. And actually, this may feel kind of horrible, but I don't care about the fact that she died. I had no feelings for her as a teacher. Like, I didn't think she was meant to be a teacher. A lot of students, myself included, just did not like her. Like, she was one of those kind of teachers, you automatically just looked at her and you could tell there was something wrong, that you just didn't like her. And we had reason to after she said that, But, let's backtrack. So, after we moved here back in 2005 because of the whole Brian thing, my nana died in 2009, and then one of our dogs died a couple of years later, and another one of our dogs died a couple of years after that, and then this year, my grandfather died, while last year, someone ended up stabbing our dog. So, yeah. Now, here's the thing. This is proof that no one knows literally anything. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know who I am. Like, they may say they do, but they clearly don't. So, before my grandfather died, he had dementia. My mother, Amy, and him were going out, get groceries, and doing all these things. I was home alone, and when they left, I was about ready to go out, go to the library to upload a few videos and make a few videos for the next day. Well, while I was getting ready, I decided I would let the dog out. Be like, "Here, you can go out." Because it wasn't that long. Well, apparently by the time I got my shit ready, I was about ready to walk out the door after I took a piss and a shit. The FedEx driver came by, and then basically saying that the dog was bleeding. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I went out, and sure enough, she was bleeding. And I'm like, what the fuck? How did this happen? Why is this happening? What the fuck is happening? I was actually concerned for the dog, And then, none of us really knew what to do until she called, I think she may have called animal control or something, or whatever. And then they ended up calling the marshal's office, which is the, I guess, Racine police. And let me tell you, these people, they need to be fucking burned to the ground. Like, not just that, but they need to be fired. Like, seriously, these people do not, all of Meigs County does not deserve to be, police or sheriff's department because they're all corrupt as fuck. We are living, or I especially am, in an area that is corrupt as fuck. Okay, so the marshal came by, fine, cool, whatever. Saw the dog was bleeding. Asked what happened. I'm like, I don't know. I was just getting ready to go to a library. Then this lady here, she said that the dog was bleeding. Came out, sure as fuck she was. I don't know what the fuck happened. And I was trying to express the most concern I have ever expressed in my life because, first off, that was our dog. That got stabbed. And then, yeah. And so, he took the dog to, I guess, the vet. And like a few days later, we got called in, and all that. Basically, he was flat out accusing me of, doing it. And here's the worst thing. These people are so corrupt. They've forced me. Yes, they forced me into admitting to something I didn't do. And I tried to tell them, hey, I didn't do this. Why would I do this? Why would I have any need to do this? Unlike you, I don't jump to conclusions. And unlike you, I'm not a crazy person, okay? I'm not insane. So there's no reason I would want to do that. Like, what the fuck would I gain from hurting an animal at all? Like, what would I gain from stabbing a dog? Nothing. Basically, I don't really do things unless I get something from it. And it doesn't involve satisfaction or anything. Like, if I get money from doing something, then maybe. Or if I, get food or something. I don't do anything for nothing. And in addition, even if I did, I still would not have, did that. I still wouldn't have stabbed the dog. So, they were basically accusing me of doing so. And, he was forcing me without any evidence at all. He was like, I know you did this because you were the only person at the house. Okay, dumbass. And, if you are watching this video, or this live stream, you know who you are. If anybody from the Meigs County Sheriff's Department, or the police station here in Racine, or just in general, Meigs County, go fuck yourself, okay? You knew damn well that I would never do something like that, first and foremost. And secondly, you didn't do a proper investigation. You said I was the only person there, right? Well, you didn't look around the house, okay? You didn't go in the front yard or the backyard or anything like that. So how the fuck would you know? Even I don't know. But, whatever. I must have done this because I was the only person at the house. No. Just because I'm the only person at the house doesn't mean someone else could have snuck by, stabbed her, and left, or ran around the corner to where nobody could have seen anything. Okay? That doesn't mean a damn thing. Right? And so basically they were playing the blame game. They were blaming me for shit. Until he basically forced me to admit to it. I'm like, fine, okay? Yeah, I did this, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I was forced to. Okay? Basically, I had no option. I had no choice. If you're being forced to do something, you do it. Unless you want something bad to happen. Basically, it was a whole damned... These people are so corrupt. Everything you say or do, or don't do or say, is a damned or if you do, damned if you don't moment. Basically, if you don't admit to it, they will find some way, shape, or form to accuse you even though you admitted to doing nothing wrong. And all this and that. But if you admit to it, then something else can go wrong. Either way, I was fucked because we're dealing with corruption. And here's the worst part about it. There was no proper investigation done. There was no audio recording that actually said I did it. So, that guy could have lied. and then a bunch of other things. So basically, the whole situation, basically the whole situation goes like this. I don't do anything wrong at all. I'm just trying to live my life the way I normally would. Get ready to go to the library, play video games, do all this sort of shit. And then something goes wrong. Right? So, there's that. Here's the problem. Nobody actually believes me when I say that I didn't do it. They're like, oh, you fucking liar, you did do this. I have proof that you did it. Oh yeah? Show me the proof, dumbass. Okay? Where's your supposed proof that I did something? And during that time, Brian decided to send me a message on Facebook Messenger, basically harassing me and accusing me of, being a gay person. Being like, oh, that's what you fucking N-word, I'm gonna rape you and kill your family and burn your house down and do all this stupid shit. And then he mentioned something about the dog, and he's like, yeah, I hired someone to stab your dog and pin the blame on you, have fun in jail. I went to jail for 2 months because of that, and I have basically 10 more months hanging over my head because of that. I'm on probation because of him. And, to any of you guys and gals out there that side with Brian or side with all these other people that say that I did do it, first off, go fuck yourselves, okay? That would be the best choice for any and all of you. Because you don't know anything about me. You don't know where I came from. You don't know what kind of battles that I have had throughout my life. You have no idea where I came from. You have no idea, what it takes for me every single goddamn day to not kill myself. There have been plenty of times, and hell, even maybe this past week or so, I have felt like I wanted to kill myself because of how corrupt everything is, because of how fucked up everything is, all the lies and bullshit that I have to deal with every day. Getting harassed by people that don't even know me. People, and also here is how backwards these people are. So, for example, when I got out of jail for the 2 months I was there, so I came back on Facebook only to find there were a lot of death threats. There were a lot of people saying, oh, I'm gonna kill you because you stabbed that dog, even though they don't know shit about it, right? They don't know anything. So, and they're from Meigs County, how could they know anything? Pfft. The only thing they know is fucking hunt and shoot. They have no logic. They're a bunch of morons. Not everybody from Meigs County is this way, but the majority of them are. And you could tell you're in Meigs County when everyone talks shit about me, right? And so, and it's really hard to live when you constantly get harassed by people over and over and over, and people telling you over and over and over every single thing you've apparently done wrong in your life, and even making shit up as they go. It's like, oh, you did this, so you did that. No, I never did that. I never said this. I never did anything wrong. And so, how would you know that I did something like that? Come on, people. And, I try to tell these people that I am not the same person I was, the other day, yesterday, or when I was a certain age. But does anybody listen to me? No. No one listens to me, and no one cares. I'm trying to basically stay alive, but there are days that seems to be the most impossible. Because of how everything is, and how much I have to deal with every day. And I'm just like, come on. I never asked to be born in the first place. I never wanted this. It wasn't my decision to be born, right? And so, but since I am here, since I am born, since I am in this world, this simulation, you damn well better make it good. I don't care about having the best life ever, you know, being an heir to a throne, or having billions and billions of dollars, buying everything I've always wanted at the age of 10. You know, I even know that would have been nice. That'd be cool to have an infinite amount of money, basically, and be born into a rich family. However, I wasn't. Okay, and even if I was, I wouldn't care, right? I don't care if I was born into a rich family. I don't care if I wasn't. You know, I just want a decent life. I want a life where I can be able to do whatever I want, okay? And not feel like I'm being accused for some bullshit that I didn't do. For example, because of all this, and I take accountability, some things I have said and have done in my life and past that are wrong. But as I was saying, my past is not today. So there's no way you can hold me accountable for something I did when I was like fucking 2 or fucking 9 or 10, or something like that. So, yeah. There is no reason for any of this. But because of this, because of the way my life is, people aren't hiring me. And because I have a felony, it doesn't matter how I get it. As long as I have a felony on my record, then, and again, this is all for a crime I did not commit. I did not do a single thing wrong, right? I was only doing the same shit I always do. Play video games, record gameplay, upload videos, rinse and repeat every day. And, well, there's that whole problem. But because of this whole felony thing, I can't get a job. No one's gonna hire me anyway because they just don't like me. But they're definitely not gonna hire me because of the fact I have a felony. And, I wanted to go to BronyCon. I wanted to go to a My Little Pony convention, because that was something my boys wanted to do. Especially the last one. But, seeing, all this has happened, it's impossible. I can't really survive like this, it seems like. And I can't win. No matter how many times I try to fight it, it doesn't entirely matter. You know what? I'm fine with this, I guess. If this is something I have to get used to, which I have, I've had to get used to it for a while, then so be it. But in addition, throughout all this, I have also had my ex-girlfriend cheat on me. My ex-girlfriend Erica, she cheated on me. Well, apparently saying she loves me, but no. First off, if you loved me, you wouldn't have let me go the way you did. Secondly, I admit I was not the best boyfriend, but there is no boyfriend that's actually perfect. We're all gonna fuck up at some point. We've all done things that are wrong, right? And you abandoned me. Secondly, a real relationship does not go for cheating. There was no reason you should have cheated on me with some stupid guy that you ended up cheating on with someone else. And you lied about it. So, there's that. And yes, I am still salty about the whole issue I had with her. And, yeah. So, there's that. But I guess that's that. I guess that's it. I don't really know what to say or do anymore because, well, I guess I just want to do a live stream because why not? Um, yeah. But anyways, guys and gals, that's it for this live stream slash video. If you like this live stream slash video, give this video slash live stream a like. If not, that's fine too. Don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on the whole damn thing. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon down below to get notified of my future uploads and live streams and whatever the fuck else that I do. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, people. And Brohoof. Boom. Is it even worth it? Was it ever worth it? Sometimes I wonder.